Welcome to Off the Page. Will you start by telling us about your book? Welcome to Off the Page, the show where we talk with Colorado authors to find out the story behind the story. I'm Susan Simmons, librarian at Mamie Eisenhower Public Library in Broomfield. Today's show, our theme is on love and relationships. My author today is Janice Hoffman. She's from Louisville, and her book is called Relationship Rules. Janice, welcome to Off the Page. I'm so glad you could join me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Janice, your book, Relationship Rules, 12 Strategies for Creating a Love That Lasts, has just come out in 2007. Where did your interest in relationships come from, and what can you tell us about the book?
Well, back a long time ago, in 1993, when Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus came out, I had a big interest in that book. It was huge at the time, and I was already facilitating some other groups, and I thought, what a wonderful idea to start a Mars-Venus group in Boulder and have couples come and be able to practice some of the techniques in the book. So I called the number in the back of Men Are From Mars, and I told them my idea and asked them if they had any curriculum they could send me, and they said, oh, we don't have anything like that. And I said, okay, well, thank you, and have a nice day, and hung up and didn't really think too much about it. And about 2.5 years later, the phone rang, and it was somebody from John Gray's office calling to see if I wanted to become a Mars-Venus facilitator. And lo and behold, they had kept my number all that time, and I was asked to come out and become trained as a Mars-Venus facilitator, and ended up being one of the first people trained. And from then, fell in love with the Mars-Venus material, fell in love with John Gray and his staff, and went on to be the training director for the Mars-Venus Institute. We trained over 500 facilitators and counselors worldwide, and that developed into speaking on the Mars-Venus material and writing curriculum and writing articles for John Gray's website, the Mars-Venus website, and just blossomed into writing this book because so much of what I was doing, I was starting to incorporate my own thoughts and material into the Mars-Venus, and I really wanted to stand on my own 2 feet and have my own book. And actually, I want it to be a whole series of books. So,
well, your book is all about rules for creating love in lasting love in relationships. Why do we need to practice these rules?
Well, you know, we think you get behind the wheel of a car, there's rules for the road, and if you take a class, schools have rules. They have the curriculum has its structure, and this is they're more guidelines than rules. The 3 golden rules are: go to work, come home, be monogamous. These rules actually create passion, and they sustain the attraction. If we don't do things to show we care in our relationship, the attraction starts to fade, and then the eyes start to wander, and their thoughts start to wander. And this is a way for couples to really keep focused on each other, keep that passion and the attraction alive, and build trust, and have happy, lasting relationships. So many relationships don't last these days, and this is a way to help a relationship last and ensure that.
Well, divorce is so prevalent now in the U.S. It hangs out about 50% of marriages, and then second marriages are as high as 70%. How can couples divorce-proof their marriages?
Well, by practicing the rules of my book. You know, what's really fun about my book is if a couple reads it together and they oh, is this true for you? It creates an opportunity for them to talk about each other and to learn about each other. And what's fun is if you're doing this together as a couple, you can play with it. You add your personality to each rule. And your partner notices then, because you're both in on what's going on, your partner notices when you're making the effort. And when you know that your partner's making an effort, you feel more attracted to them. You feel more cared for. And for women take what men do, what men say, and what men give. We add it all together, and that equals how much they care. So this is just a blueprint for men to be able to show they care to their partner.